Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Baby Brigade. Hope everybody's had a good Tuesday. I'm late. Yeah, I'm late. I've been all evening working on Miss Irene's cardigan. I'm almost done with it. And yes, I had to visit with the doctor today, and yeah, I kind of fibbed. He asked me what I'd been eating. He said, "You been eating any sweets?" And I went, "No." Asked me about my snacking. I was like, I said, sometimes I get out, I get stuck out, and I need something, and so I've been eating popcorn chicken from Sonic, which I have had a couple of times. And he said, "Oh, I see." And you know, and he's like, "Well," he said, "you get your snacking under control, you'll start losing more weight." And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "See you in 6 months." And I'm like, And then I had to go have blood drawn. And I'm like, whatever. Their scale is a bit different than ours. It had me right at 250, which our scale here had me at, I fluctuate between 245 and 250. So yeah. So our scale here today had me at 247. So yeah, I'm in that 5-pound window. But of course, a lot of that has to do with my water weight, because I have lymphedema. So some days I'm more swollen than others. And so there's that. So I don't know that he took that in consideration or not. I don't know. I did wear makeup today. I still have eye makeup on. I hadn't taken it off yet because they take pictures. Because they took a before picture the first day I went, and then they take a year picture on your year surgery date. You know, the anniversary date of your surgery. So this is the month of my anniversary of my surgery, and so yeah. So that was interesting. And then they gave me a copy of the pictures, the before and after pictures. They printed them out and gave me a copy of them. I posted them on my personal Facebook page, but I didn't put them on the channel page. But some of you, I don't know how long y'all been with my channel, but y'all may not have seen a full, you might not, because you only could see from here up most of the time when you're seeing me. But this is a before picture. Yes, I did walk with a cane because of my lymphedema and my osteoarthritis in my back. Made it very difficult with the extra weight, but this was the before. Yeah. And then this was from today. I'm sporting my pretty top that Marcia made me for my birthday. Yep. And my yoga pants that Serena sent me. Yep. And my white tennis shoes. And my earrings that Jenny sent me. So, yep. So the before and after, that's shocking to look at. And he said, "Well, you have lost over 150 pounds so far." And I was like, "I know." I should have been smiling in this picture. Instead, I was like, Because unless I'm asking for the picture to be taken, I don't like my picture taken. Now, if I'm in front of y'all and I'm smiling, that's one thing. Or if I'm asking someone to take my picture, that's one thing. I'll smile. But to be, you know, obligated to have your picture taken, that's a different thing. So that's why I'm going. It's like, really? You got to take my picture? Okay, I'm going to stand here and go. Because I didn't want my picture taken. And then I went over to Walmart to pick up prescriptions. And I was going to pick up some other things. And then I ran into a young lady that, well, I say young lady. She's only about 8 years younger than me. That I haven't seen in probably about 10 years. something like that. Her name's Crystal. And last time I seen her, it was not the best of circumstances. We were living, that's when we were still living at the old place in the a little bit in the country, off of a small highway, and in a trailer. And me and the boys had taken her and her baby, her child, her child that she had at the time, daughter, that was 6 or 7 months old at the time. I think Abby was 6 or 7 months old at the time. But they were in I don't even remember if it was an abusive situation or just a situation she needed out of. And so we had her come live out there with us. I don't remember how long she was out there. I was also going through, it hadn't been that long since I'd had my hysterectomy due to cancer. I had uterine cancer and had to have a hysterectomy in January of 2012. And so I know a lot of y'all probably understand where I'm coming from, but you go through like a hormone withdrawal because they did not give me hormone therapy. They deemed that the risk versus reward was too high. They thought that because I was having a hysterectomy due to cancer, that the hormone treatment was prone to causing cancer, so they didn't want to give it to me because of that, because they were fearful that it could, cause me to get another kind of cancer. So they didn't give me any hormone treatment at all. And so, unfortunately, the sudden withdrawal of hormones from my body caused quite upheaval with my mental health and my mental stability, a chemical imbalance that led to mental health problems, and it took quite some time for that to actually happen. And so about the time that we took Crystal and Abby in, all that was happening to me, and so I wasn't exactly stable. And I mean, and Crystal at the time was also battling, if I understand correctly, and I could be wrong, but I believe she was also battling a substance abuse problem. So, because when I met with her today, she was, very proud of herself that she was so clean and sober. So, I'm also very proud of her for that, because I've never had to deal with that myself, but I know a few people that have, and I understand how difficult that is for folks to become clean and sober and stay that way. So that's definitely an achievement in itself. Lots of people try and fail to become clean and sober, and so for her to sustain, done that and stayed that way, that is very admirable. But she went on to see, when she left our home, she went on to have 3 more children. And, yeah. And she was, like 33? Yeah, about 33, in her early 30s at the time. And she's had a son and 2 more daughters. And now she's married with a husband, and so she's doing very well. I mean, so she's doing very well. And, it was good to hear her, that she was doing so well, and that she has beautiful children, and that Abby's doing well, and, that everything's fine. I had to fight the urge to apologize to her, because I couldn't honestly remember how things got left. I know at some point that I seem to remember her wanting to make sure that I had contact with Abby, but I was not in a good headspace at that time, that I didn't reach out and make that arrangement with her, because I did consider Abby like a grandchild. And that was one of the first things I asked her was, how was Abby? Because Abby's 11 now, and literally she just turned 11 last month. So I would love to see her. She wouldn't remember me. She was just a baby, but I certainly remember her. That baby meant the world to me. And I would certainly like to see her and see what she looks like now, and see what her personality ended up being, because she was such a happy baby, such a happy baby, and such a joy. And I remember one time she was in her little playpen, and I was in my room, and her mom was on the couch asleep, and she was in her playpen, and her mother had went to sleep because she was working as a waitress at the IHOP, and so she was exhausted, so she fell asleep, and I was in my room doing something, and she had dropped one of her toys outside of the playpen, and she wanted the toy back, and she goes, "Mama, Mama," and her mama wasn't responding because she was asleep, and then she stomped her foot and she says, "Nana, now." So I came in there and got that toy and handed it to her. So I was Nana for a little while. And I really, I had put that in the back of my mind until I saw her today. And I remember that little baby. But it's good to know that she's okay, and that they're all okay. And that she went on to have a little brother and little sisters, and that she's not an only child, and that she's happy. So that was really good. That's really good. And we reconnected, friended each other on Facebook, and so hopefully I'll get to see some pictures of Abby, and I just want to see what she looks like. I don't really look to like connect and go spend time with her, but at least to see what she looks like. I would just love to see what a beautiful young lady she turned out to be, with her big eyes and cute little nose, and you wonder about such things. But I don't regret anything. I regret things the way they ended, but my mental health was not stable, and so our home probably wasn't the best home for them anyway. But under the terms that they left, I wish it would have been more friendly, but it wasn't. And the rumor mill got churned up, and when I mentioned it to Will was kind of like frowny face. He didn't want to trust anything she said because of past experiences with her and whatnot. But I'm just like, it's been 10 years, we should just let bygones be bygones, so to speak, and just whatever offenses we feel like might have been committed back then, we just need to let it go, because that obviously, after meeting with her today, that she's not that person anymore. I could clearly see that she's not that person anymore. It was so evident that she was clean and sober, and that she was straight up and on the level. I could just really see that about her today, and that she was not the person that she was 10 years ago. I could very clearly see that. And I think if Will gave her a chance, that he would see that too. I guess that's why I could just let it go, just let it go. Because it really, it was a good little visit that we had there, standing in front of Walmart. I really felt like she turned a corner and really made something out of her life, and that she's really happy, and she's built something with her husband and stuff, and just really, proud of her, really, and and she was proud of me too. I'm proud of myself too, because I didn't just after parting ways with her, I didn't let my mental health languish. I did reach out and got the help I needed, and got on medication and stuff. And I mean, it's been a long 10 years, to the point that I'm at. But I can say that I'm mentally stable, and in the best health that I've been in over 20 years. So I can be someone's Nana now. I would love that. I really would. But that baby ain't gonna remember me. Even if I get a chance to spend time with her, she probably wouldn't remember me. But I remember her. Anyway, now that y'all know way too much. But I wanted to share that with y'all. That, you know, people do change and people evolve and people, you know, I haven't been the only one underwent quite a transformation in these last 10 years. Crystal did too. So, and I was glad to see her and see that her life is much better. So, but here is this cardigan that I've been working on. And let me tell you, as much as I love how this is coming out, I'm not in a hurry to work with three weight yarn again for a little while. I am going to keep track of, excuse me, how many rows that that it took to, you know, get. I'm going to keep track of the formula, basically, of how many rows, you know, it took to get it to the size and all, because this has worked out perfectly, because Miss Irene needed a 2X, and I have a 2X sweatshirt that I laid out and used kind of as my guide to make sure that this would, and I wear a 2X, so it works out. But I used the sweatshirt to help me kind of make sure that I was along the right track, and when I needed to add more rows and what have you. And so it worked out really well doing that. And when I thought that I was there, and then I laid it against the sweatshirt and I wasn't there. So it worked out that way. And it's good. That's why I was able to do two other cardigans really quick. The last two solid stitch cardigans that I was able to do kind of quick, I was able to do those kind of quick because I had done another one a similar size and everything, and knew how many rounds of each, you know, I knew how many rows I needed in the 4-weight, and I you know, I had a formula basically, you know, how many rows and whatnot I needed to do that, so it made it so much quicker. And so now that I've done this in 3-weight, I can write, you know, my stitch count, not stitch count, but row count. You know, I don't count stitches. I don't count stitches. Nobody counts stitches around here. I do count rows, though. Counting stitches, that's no. But we will count rows. So I keep up with the amount of rows I work, but I will keep up with how many rows on each side it took to get to this size. And that way, when I go to work another one in 3-weight, that I'll know how many to work for this size. So, and I'll know that it, you know, if I'm making it bigger than 2X, that I need to keep going when I get to this size. But this has worked out really well. And this is so soft. It's so, this is some of the nicest yarn. It really is. And I'm glad I had as much as I did, because each ball only has 146 yards. And I'm glad I had 11 of one color and 10 of another, because I've used almost all of it. So I think I'm going to have like 3 and a partial of the blue, and about the same left of the purple. So, because I still have to do the trim work. I have to, you know, go and clean up this neck area. I have to clean that up and do a neck, and then do the lapels and around the bottom. I think I'm going to do the same thing that I did on the sleeves. I'm going to do the half double situation, because when I tried this on, it just felt nice. It felt fine. It you know, it clung to the wrist like it's supposed to, and it wasn't tight. It was just right. So I think I'm gonna do the same thing on the lapels and everything. I think it'll look just fine. Excuse me, I got a little sappy just a minute ago, so my nose is running. Excuse me. It's athletic today. Oh goodness. Okay. But I'm going to probably finish this up tonight because I want to, and then I don't know about doing a hat in that yarn. I don't think that's gonna be warm. If I did one, it would be strictly decorative type hat. But honestly, no, I'm not gonna do a hat. I'm gonna send her what's left of the yarn, and so that she can do with what she wants to do with it. But I am gonna make her a warm hat. It's just gonna be in a different yarn. I have some of that macchiato cake in a pretty color that I'm gonna just make her a hat, a loom knit hat out of that, so it'll be nice and warm, and it's in a color that she likes. So I'll make her a hat with that and send it with it. And then I have some yarn. I have some other yarn that came with that lady that gave me all the luxury yarn some months back. I hope. I was kind of trying to decide if I was going to get, because I only have 4 skeins of this, which is, you know, is 200 and something yards per skein, 205 yards per skein here. But you need another color to accompany it to actually make something, unless you were making something small like a scarf or whatever. And this is like a rose color, which is really pretty. And this is 50-50 acrylic, 50 nylon, and this is like butter. Okay, it's really soft. It's a thinner 4-weight. But I'm gonna put this with Miss Irene's prize with that yarn. I'm gonna include all this with her cardigan, because that was part of the birthday prize, was a cardigan and yarn. So I'm gonna send this and what's left of the cashmerino, in case she wants to do something with it, because it's not going to be enough for me to do anything with. And she should have it in case she ever has to do any patchwork to her cardigan. She'll have the colors to do it. So that's what the plan is with that. And then I'll be free to work on my other 2 sweaters and start. I got a the cardigan with the Wild in the City project, you know, Crochet in the Wild City. That is actually, I need to get on that, because that is a Christmas birthday present for someone else. And I was looking, I'm playing my playlist on my laptop, and I was just watching where I was showing the yarn behind the chair, and I just found something. I was showing the yarn, some of the skeins of the Hobby Lobby yarn that I just got earlier last week. Yeah. So now I know where those others are. They're behind this chair in a Ziploc on a shelf. Yay! That's probably the next sweater that I'll start. As if I needed a new project, right? I don't need a new project, but I have, you know, but I'm probably going to, because I'm about to be finished with this one. And you know what that means? That means I can start another one. Yes, it does. It means I can start another one, right? You finish one whip. What does that mean? You can start another one. I need to start a blanket. Yeah. I need a new blanket project. I have to noodle on that. As one of my besties says, I'll have to noodle on that. Yep, I had to think about it. I guess I'll go digging in my totes tomorrow and decide what I'm going to do for a blanket project. I don't know if I'll do there is that ripple blanket. It's kind of a ripple stitch that a creative grandma did a while back. She did a tutorial for a very simple ripple blanket. I want to say it was a ripple blanket. It was kind of chevron, kind of ripple. I saved it in my tutorial playlist. And I knew I wanted to go back to it because it's really simple and it would really make something very pretty. I could use like ombre yarn. I got this blue ombre back here. I got some other ombre. I will figure it out. Stay tuned. I will go digging in the totes and I will get back to you. Oh, and I have those Premier 1-pounders back there. I could do it in that. Oh. I have black, red, green, and white. That would make a really nice ripple blanket. And then I wouldn't have to put those in totes. They're still sitting in bags back in there. Maybe that's what I'll do. I like those that color combination. I think works. I think that works together. I think that'll be just fine. Now I have to decide how long, how big of a blanket do I really want to do? How many rows per color do I work? I think 4. I think 4 rows per color before changing colors. That's usually what I do. I like nice even numbers. Yes, 4 rows per color. And Jesus, I got 4 pounds of yarn that I could use. I have to really noodle on if I want to use those colors or if I want to. I wouldn't have to dig in all my totes if I did that, because that yarn is just right there. That's the easy way out, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I'll think about it. And then I have to think about how big do I want to make it. I'm thinking throw size, because then I could just whip through it. Yeah, I could just whip through it if it's throw size. I could even have more than one going at a time and, you know, make it as a gift. Yeah. See there? Y'all helped me and y'all didn't even know it. It just helped to even be talking to y'all while I was working it out in my head. I'm not the only one that does that. I'm not the only content creator that does that just talks to y'all and talks through things at the same time. So I guess I'm going to make a couple of throw blankets in the same pattern. 2 different color schemes probably. Maybe one of the, I have that big twist ombre in all the different colors. Ooh. I have to dig them up, but I got like 4 of each of the colors. I've been meaning to make something bright and cheerful. Yeah. And I know exactly where that's going if I can get it done in time. Okay. Now that I've worked all that out. Anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for hanging with me and sitting through my stories and my sappy stuff. Maybe you got some progress done on your crochet project. I'm going to finish this cardigan since all I have is trim work and the neck, and then it'll be done. And I should be able to get that in the mail this week, all the way to New York. I'm excited for that. And then I get on to making Christmas presents and see how quickly I can do that. That'd be great, right? Yes, I think so. But I love y'all, and so does Jesus. And please remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend could be waiting on you at the shelter or the rescue. And I'll see y'all soon. Bye now.